As a result of this, Pilate made efforts to release him. Even during the conversation, Pilate still finds something good about this man. I don't know why these people hate him so much. As a result of this, Pilate made efforts to release him. But the Jews cried out, saying, now they cornered and arrested Pilate with this statement. If you release this man, you are no friend of Caesar. Everyone who makes himself out to be a king opposes Caesar. So now he needs to hold his position under Caesar. He's now stuck in this situation. Therefore, when Pilate heard these words, he brought Jesus out and sat down on the judgment seat at a place called Pavement, but in Hebrew is Gabbatha. This place is a significant place. Please do a research. You'll find some new information if you go and do a search. Usually I do the search and share, but now I'm as you are listening to my word, I also need you to grow. So go and take Bible and the dictionaries and research on the place Gabbatha, and you'll find new information. Now it was the day of preparation for the Passover. It was about the 6th hour, and he said to the Jew, behold your king. So they cried out, away with him, away with him, crucify him. This is the cry of the 666, rejecting the God of all creation. The meaning of 666 is rejecting God. Pilate said to them, shall I crucify your king? The chief priests answered, we have no king but Caesar. So the church accepted a king of this dimension. They rejected the king of all creation. Now this is utter foolishness, and it's still happening right now. The church, many churches, not all, could not recognize what God is doing and just doing what they like and what they're comfortable with. That is a picture of rejection of the truth. So it is not only in the Bible. Whenever we go through these scriptures, people get so emotional about the crucifixion. அழுது கண்ணீர் வச்சு கர்த்தர் நமக்காக உயிர் கொடுத்தார், கர்த்தர் நமக்காக சிலுவையில் கஷ்டப்பட்டார், இதை பற்றியே பேசிக்கிருப்பாங்க. God doesn't want us to focus there. You know, God wants us to focus why He came, why He had to go through this. He had to go through this so that you will become and be formed, be His body. Indians, we have this thing, 10 மாசம் நான் சுமந்து பெற்ற அந்த எவ்வளோ வேதனைக்குள்ள நான் போனேன், அந்த கொஞ்ச நேரத்தில் படுற வேதனையை பற்றி பேச மாட்டாங்க. பட் அந்த பிள்ளையை பெற்று எடுத்த பிறகு வளர்த்து கொண்டு வந்த வேதனை தான் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். And the child commitment to the investment of the mother and the father into a life. Now we need to talk about that. Here people are still talking about the crucifixion and the suffering and pain, forgetting what He transferred when He was in the earth. We don't talk about that. That's why all the Easter and Good Friday are hopeless. I don't know why churches are still celebrating. I'm sorry I have to say all this stuff, because when you do something without meaning, it's against the will of God. So he then handed Him over to them to be crucified. They took Jesus, therefore, and He went out bearing His own cross to the place called the place of a skull, which is called in Hebrew Golgotha. Significant place. Today a lot of people are going to Jerusalem to look at all these places with no revelation. People are getting excited to travel to Israel to look at all these places, cry, weep, take pictures and come back. But life is, you cannot conquer the truth. You're just celebrating a location. It's sad. People want to go to Israel, and many people who are doing all this trip and tourism or excursions. They're making tons of money. They can't provide a revelation of why and what this place called Golgotha about. They can't give the truth. So I want you, church, go and study place of skull, which is called in Hebrew Golgotha. There they crucified him. He need to be crucified in that location. There is a meaning. And with him 2 other men, one on either side, and Jesus in between. To me, there are 2 witnesses there. 2 types of witnesses. 2 types of witnesses. Pilate also wrote an inscription and put it on the cross. It was written, Jesus the Nazarene, the King of Jews. This could be a sarcastic statement, or maybe this is what he is convinced. I did something wrong, but I agree that this person must be the King of Jews. So he put it on there. It could be a mockery, it could be a conviction. Because Pilate was not convinced that Jesus was an impostor. Pilate, till the end, he was convinced that this man is truthful and honest and spotless, sinless. He's an innocent man. In Pilate's court, he is an innocent man. Therefore, many Jews read this inscription. For the place where Jesus was crucified near the city, as it was written in Latin and in Greek. So the chief priests of the Jews were saying to the Pilate, do not write the King of Jews. Do not write the King of Jews. But he said, I am King of the Jews. They asked to change the letter. Pilate answered, what I have written, I have written. Guys, these are things that churches have not taught anyone. You see that? So Pilate declares that this is the King of Jews. First time I met a person who's qualified to be a king for you guys. And the Jewish leaders came up and says that, no, don't put that he's the King of the Jews. Say that I am King of the Jew. That's a mockery. Because King of Jew crossed the silver and 𝘊𝘩𝘳𝘪 𝗔𝑚. So make a mockery. Jesus was all naked. That's the truth. Fully naked. His whole body was torn into pieces. This whole part, the part of this nose was not in the face. The nose was ripped off. You go and do a research on that. They literally want to, even at that stage, they still want to mock him. Who are the one mocking him? The church, who claims to know the word. They could not recognize God. This is the danger that we also have right now. யார கடவுள்ங்கறமோ அந்த கடவுள் வந்து முன்னுக்கு அடையாளம் தெரியுமோ இல்லையோ நமக்கு தெரியாது. You can't recognize people whom God sent to you. You only choose people who are famous. You can't recognize people who are humble, who are quiet, but carrying God in them. You can't recognize because you're looking for a God of your own mind. You're not looking for the God of the 66th book. So the chief priest, Jews said, do not write. But he said, I am King of Jews. And Pilate answered, what I have written, dare not touch that. No one should touch that, because according to the Roman Empire, according to the system of the world, the kingdom of the world, they witness, he represents the kingdom of the world. He is convinced that this man is innocent and is qualified to be the King of Jews. உலகம் சொல்லிருச்சு, ஆனா சபை ரிஜெக்ட் பண்ணுது. Then the soldiers, when they had crucified Jesus, took his outer garment and made 4 parts, a part to every soldier, and also the tunic. Now the tunic was seamless, woven in one piece.